Okay, so we're gonna go outside and brave this blizzard, and we're gonna go breed these dogs today, and hopefully we will have some puppies in 63 days. Let's just say we will have puppies in 63 days. Stay tuned. Okay, so I'm using this artificial insemination thing today, and it's kind of like a blood pressure cuff, to where you stick this in the dog, like mimic the male's organ, and you squeeze it. And it expands like the male's private part. So basically it mimics the male and the female. Then you get the semen, you put it in this, and then you stick it in this thing right here, then you inject it in, like so. All right, so that's pretty much how it works. And then you let them sit in there for a second. And then to release it, you squeeze this, and it goes down. We're gonna put a petroleum jelly on it. All right, let's go make magic happen here. All right, so we got our semen in the thing. We're going to get ready to make some action. Make some puppies. You guys always want to make sure that her vulva is clean. So you want to take a wipe, it's a wet wipe. Okay, we're going to insert it into her vulva. Slowly. Hold it right there. Like I said, it's like a blood pressure cuff. You gotta tighten it. See, it's in there. See it? I'm gonna stick that in there. Shoot the semen in. What I always like to do is just put like a little bit of air, just so it gets all the semen out of the rod. I always like to get a paper towel and just hold it in. And you would probably hold this in for like the normal time that they would be locked naturally. So normally hold it in for probably like 5 to 10 minutes. 10 minutes if you can. Okay, now that it's been in there for roughly 10 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and release this. Pull that out. And what I like to do is just kind of pulsate it a little bit. And you can either wheelbarrow her, like lift her all the way up where her butt's higher than her head. That's kind of a little bit higher than her head. She's been sitting here for quite a while, so she's just laying down, you know, to kind of let gravity take its course, per se. When we breed her next, we're going to use the Mavic, and we'll show you guys how to use the Mavic. All right, cleaning. Well, first things first, I always want to sterilize it. So I use some Dawn. Make sure to clean it properly. And no, it's not done. So then I'm going to take some alcohol. basically how I dump the semen, and I put my finger on a little hole, and then I stick the plunger on there. When I take the semen from the tube. Some people put like a pipette on there and draw it up, but that's how I do it. Then when you stick it in there, see there's a little plunger thing? You have to push it in. If you don't push it in, it won't go through. So you gotta push it in. See how I pushed it down? See the plunger? See the little white thing right there? See it? So if you push it in, and see the stuff come out? See that right there? That's alcohol being ran through there. And then I always like to rinse it out at least 3 times. So if you want, you can do it like that. One. 2. Basically, you're cleaning everything in there on the inside. This is reusable. 3. All right, and just to be on the safe side, because I always want to sterilize it, I take some alcohol, pour it on there, make sure it's clean, make sure everything's clean. And then also, just to be on the safe side, maybe overkill. I always like to keep everything sanitary. Wipe off the tube in case you had some germs on your hands. Ta-da! All right, and that's how we clean it. It's a blizzard! All right, so I put some non-spermicidal lubricating jelly on the tip, and we are waiting for the dogs. All right, what we're gonna do is we want to mimic breeding as natural as possible. Hold it. So we just let him think he's doing something, and then I grab because he thinks he's doing something. Then I slide the bag on. See, he thinks he's doing something. What you want to do is you want to mimic it as realistic as possible. So he thinks he's doing it. All right, and then like they would tie naturally, I would pull it through the back. So you want to grab behind the bulb and right here and pull it towards the back. And you want to pulsate it. You see how my hand's squeezing? And the upper hand squeezing. You want to do that at the same time because that's what she would be doing. You want to mimic anything as natural as possible. Here, show so she's, see how he's smelling her? If you don't have them side by side, you kind of want the male kind of so he can smell her pheromones. So he can do a good collect for us. And you know he's releasing. See how his booty's thrusting in and out? That means he's releasing. He's releasing semen for us. So basically, while he's thrusting, the very first collect is the most fertile semen. And the female's uterus can only hold so many grams of semen. So if you keep collecting, and let's say I fill this whole tube up, and which he very well could, their uterus can only hold so much semen. So the rest of the collect would be seminal fluid, which there really is very little semen in the collect. Like some people say they collect like 2 whole tubes of semen and put it in the female. Well, whatever the uterus cannot hold, she'll just end up peeing out and it won't be in there. So you want to put in the female dog the very first of the collect. Basically, you don't want to just keep collecting him until he's totally done. You only want to collect, he's almost to 6. Pinky semen, we got 8. And you see he's still giving, but you don't want any more than that. Like, look up at the light. See how thick that is? That's the type of quality semen you want. You want it to be thick in nature. You don't want it to be clear. See how thick and milky white that looks? That's how you want your collect. Now, if you squeeze too hard, you can bust a blood vessel, and that's not good. If you do bust a blood vessel, you can still use the semen, but you just don't want to squeeze too hard. But that's an excellent collect from him. You wouldn't want to put any more semen in her than that. All right, now we're going to be AIing her. You want to wipe her vulva. Make sure she's clean. So when you insert this, you want to go up and over. So like you can either feel in there. You said I already lubed it. So see how I'm pointing up? And I want to tilt it to go over. And then you want to keep pushing it in. I want to make sure you're getting it properly. See, I just went in a little bit further. See, I'm going a little bit further than his shaft. And you want to push it in so you can't go no more. All right, that would be right there. Now I'm gonna blow up the balloon. 1, 2. I wouldn't blow it up no more than 3 times. 3. As you see how she's kind of grabbing onto it a little bit, and it won't pull out because it's like a catheter. It blows up inside the body. Now see, you gotta push this little thing in. See this little blue thing? Little teal looking thing? You gotta push it in. You wanna make sure you don't wanna hold the dog's stomach. You wanna hold her rear end, her legs. Because if you push it on the stomach, it'll kind of put pressure in there on her uterus. So all the semen's in. And then I always wanna put a little bit of air, like I said, to clear the tube of the semen. To make sure it all gets into the dog. So I'm gonna hold it. Kind of want to massage it a little bit. And you can leave this in there for anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. You just want to mimic the same thing as them being bred naturally. All right, it's now been 10 minutes. Now I'm going to depress the catheter. And I like to have 2 of these so I can, put the semen in one and decompress the air in the other. So see how that went down? Now you know the whole thing is out. And I always like to get a paper towel and you pull it out. So you can kind of see how far it went up in her. So if you look, here, come on the side of the dog. See how far it went up in her? That's pretty far. And after you inseminate your dog, you always want to put her directly up in a kennel so she don't run around or, you want all that semen to keep swimming. With this will go directly into the uterus. But if you use the other insemination thing, then the semen needs to swim to the uterus. So this is a direct application. Okay, how to clean the Mavic. A little bit different. Use alcohol. Dump alcohol over it. Put alcohol through it. I always like to rinse it out at least. See how that comes out? I like to rinse it out at least 3 times. So, 1, 2, 3. Now I don't use this on different dogs. So then I'm just gonna put some air through it to make sure I get all the water and air out. Be on the safe side. I'll rinse it off. And if you want, you can do alcohol on it again to be on the safe side. And I just wrap it in a paper towel. Always keep the little original paper. And now you can use it next time you need to breathe.